Affirmation day. Well, it always starts with affirmations. So we're going to do, you can kind of see the background here. We're at an open house. So I'm hoping, this isn't going to be part of my affirmations, but I'm hoping that for the next 30 minutes or so, no one shows up. My affirmation today, and everyone should have one, is today is going to be a great open house and I'm going to find a buyer for this home. Why don't you come up with something? What a great day. It's time to sell, whatever it is, but we're going to do it 15 times. And hosting an open house is obviously an opportunity not to just sit around, but to do something and make it positive. I think a lot of people think an open house is a necessary evil, and in future ones, I'm going to talk about how open houses, that you shouldn't do them. But if you're going to do them, you got to do them right. So that's what we're going to do today. So for a productive and successful open house, number one, it's typically a buyer for that house. Or number two, it's probably someone in the area that wants to know what this house is like. So I have to be prepared for both things. So I happen to be sitting in a model home. It's a $1.6 million. I'm very familiar with this market, so I know what people are able to get, but that's what you need to know. You need to know what every house in here is sold for. Since I've sold most of them, I know them very intimately. So, but if I'm in another open house, what I want to do is make sure, at least in a 2-block area, I know what's happening, and I know what's sold, and what the value is here. A lot of us maybe don't have open houses to sit in, and we use other people's open houses. But you still have to treat it like it's your own listing. Super, super important. They're coming in here to look at you, and I'll tell you what, I've gotten many listings from sitting in open houses. And the reason I've got those is because they respect what I did at the open house. I didn't just try to sell them, but my main focus is, and always is selling the house that I'm sitting in. Sometimes it doesn't work for people. It's important to kind of be able to know what else is out there. For instance, a good for instance is if I'm in a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, split entry with a 2-car garage, and someone comes in and says, well, I was just really hoping for 3 bedrooms upstairs. What I might want to do is kind of push the fact that, you know what, hey, with monitors nowadays, you know, you got that 4th bedroom downstairs, you know, you get a little bigger size, you can probably put 2 kids in those rooms at that point. And I mean, if that doesn't work, you know, at least, again, I'm selling that house. And if it comes down to it and they say, you know what, in the end, I really want an extra master bath. I'd love that 3rd bedroom up, and the garage is just a little too small. Well, at that point, you know, you could go tell them about other houses that you know about. But you want to exhaust everything you possibly can on this house. I'll tell you what, the other thing we'd love to see is if you want to go into the forum and tell us on that open house experience what you did and how it turned out, would be fantastic. We'd love to hear about it, and we'll respond to all of you that take the time in which to be able to do that. You know, the other thing I was kind of thinking about, I just kind of remembered, is writing a very nice note for the seller that you actually held the open house for. It's not easy getting ready for an open house, and if they get ready for an open house and they get it all cleaned up and they have to leave, you got to get the kids out of the house, and they're running around doing different things, and all of a sudden you have nobody, or worse yet, you have some people and then you don't tell them about them. You know, you have to get back to them, and it doesn't work if you do it on Sunday. It doesn't work to get back to them on Monday. You need to let them know, or another easier way is to be able to write them a note and thank them so much for having the house looking pretty and whatever, you know, that it was in good shape and the weather was great, and maybe the weather was too great and people just weren't out today. Didn't even see people driving around, and you know what, there are other open houses, talking to other agents, they had a real slow outcome too. So they don't feel it's like just their house. and then giving feedback, trying to be positive, but yet you got to kind of give them the true news. But if we didn't give the true news before we listed the house, you're kind of paddling backwards, and that's not good. So you want to stop that as quick as you can and get it going. So, all right, thanks for listening in. Until next time.